All right, we're live here, Fatboy FadeAway Sports, episode 233. This is not an episode of Full House. We do have a full house, though, here today on the show. We got Erin, a legend out here in Sonoma County. She took her talents,
Yes.
she took her talents to Tennessee. We have Parker and Carson, her sons, our correspondents for the week on the Fatboy FadeAway show. They went out to good old Atlanta, Georgia, out there for the All-Star game this week. We're going to talk a little derby, a little of the game swing off, and how many A's fans could they find out of Atlanta, Georgia? We'll do that as well. What's up, Parker? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Now remind the world out here. You're 21. No, remind us what's up. Give me the age and grade again. Let's give the audience.
I'm 12.
12, going into 7th grade, right?
Yeah.
All right. Parker, big baseball fan. Hey, Braves, #1 team, right? No doubt. You got the poster in the back there.
Yeah.
He's there at the. Carson, how are you doing?
Good.
Yeah. How'd you like the All-Star game weekend?
It was very fun. I enjoyed that.
Now, I'm curious to get all your guys' thoughts on, so when you first show up there, are you guys drive there?
Yeah.
You guys,
Yes, sir.
So as you're driving there, as you're getting closer, is it kind of set up? Was it a different environment than you were expecting when you first got there? Or because I wouldn't even know what to expect. I would show up to the game and just expect festivities there. But it looked like they had stuff going all around town too. So was it like that, or was it not so much around the town?
Yeah, I mean, it was extra packed for sure.
Yeah.
It usually is.
It was like that for sure. They had the All-Star Village at the convention center, and then the Battery was. A lot of people were in the Battery as well.
Erin, did they jack up the prices on everything around?
They
Detroit?
did that. Even the store was like where you go in like buy your souvenirs. It was all stars. Like you, not a lot of Braves all stars, but all stars. I'm trying to think. Even the during the game, like because we go to a lot of regular games. I'm looking at Brandon to see what he thinks. Like
Slide
their
off, Brandon.
normal, like you could just tell their normal routine. It was different. They said because the MLB is in charge of it versus
Atlanta.
So there
Okay.
wasn't like things that were different.
Gotcha.
The food
options from different parts of the.
Oh, they added different food options. So they had like the garlic fries from San Francisco.
Whoa! Wow!
They had
sourdough bread. No sourdough bread. No sourdough.
They had a hot dog, Chicago dog. You know.
All right, so they tried.
That was kind of cool. So the food was different too.
Parker, what was the fan base represented the most there?
The Braves.
The Braves. All right. How
I'd say
about outside the Braves? We'll say. How about outside the
Yankees or Dodgers?
Damn Yankees. Tyler.
I did see a few A's fans though.
Were they actually fans, or was it just Rooker out there? Really? You saw? Was there a few out there? Did you guys like the Derby? Was that your favorite part, Derby or All-Star game?
Derby.
Derby for sure.
So why the Derby, boys?
It's just all the action. It's just fun, man. A bunch of action. You just get to see bombs hit 500 feet.
Did you guys come close to getting a home run ball?
Yeah, we got really close a little bit.
Did you walk around? Or did
we
you?
walked around, yeah.
Now, because you guys were on the first base side, it looked like, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were over there.
We were
So,
dropouts.
who did the fan base get behind the most? Was it Big Cal the whole time, or was it Matt
Matt,
Olson?
for sure.
He let you down. He did not come up with. He did not perform. How about Jazz? How about the Yankees guy?
I'm like 3. What happened there?
Were they starting to boo on him? Were they turning on him when he was there?
No, they weren't turning on him.
Well, they should have. They should have turned on him.
Motivated him.
They should have turned on him. That's what it was.
It was like an awkward silence. It was really odd. Like people around me, like who obviously booed before, were like, "I'm feeling." They like even these young kids were like, "I'm feeling bad for him." It was just like this awkward. Yeah, I was like, "Oh."
You're like, you can do it. You can do it.
That's what it was. They're all like, "You got it. You got it."
You can do it. So I'm curious, like, I don't know, Tyler, in case you guys get at any point, you guys, like, I'm curious of, like, so you said you enjoyed the Derby the most.
Yeah.
Was the energy different before the start of the Derby and the start of the All-Star game? Or was it the same? What I mean by energy, like, Was the crowd more into it? Was it more of a younger derby? Like, I'm just curious what the actual environment was between those two events. Because on TV, you can tell. So I'm just curious what you guys thought. What do you think, Parker?
I feel like the All-Star game, they definitely got more into it because all the cool introductions and all that stuff. And like when they go through the managers, the players, the reserves, all that stuff, they definitely got into that.
What do you think, Carson?
Well, I think the Derby, I mean, like the crowd was going absolutely insane, but like the start of the All-Star game was what really like the fans liked the most, because after that it's not like much action until like the swing off.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this before the game. That was a lot of fun.
So you guys really like how the game ended? Did you guys like how they did the swing off?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you like that?
I think it's good.
That's a really good idea. I thought so.
I'm curious. The younger people seem to like that. The older people are against it.
Get off my lawn. Get off.
Exactly.
I don't know about that. Aaron, what do you think of the energy in both games there?
I liked it. I was surprised. I didn't know it was gonna be like we had Ludacris. See, did they show on TV Ludacris and all that?
Yes, they did.
So I didn't know. And then they had like Kane Brown. Like I didn't know that. Like I turned to Parker and I told him like I feel like we're at a football game, like at halftime. Like, this is really cool. I didn't know we were getting a concert out of the deal.
You know what you paid for. You got. That's why you paid.
So I thought that was really cool. Just all that. So I think that's what helped the hype. But yeah, for overall, I would say the crowd definitely the game, which I found funny because we thought the Derby was better.
Yeah. Now, when you say you thought the Derby was better, was it just because of the way it finished, or just like the whole time there was action?
The whole time it was just really cool.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. So if you buy tickets online, because if you sell them and go on, so it's cheaper to get a Derby ticket versus an All-Star ticket.
Oh, okay. That surprises me a little bit.
I thought so too. I was like, what? Yeah, the All-Star, and they go faster too. The game versus the Derby.
See, oh yeah, that's true too. The Derby is so much different than when we were growing up, because now they have like a clock with it, and you have to like throw a certain amount before. And then Brent Rooker lost by
like half
the size of Pedro. What the heck was that about? Just because he plays for the Athletics now, and not that. 0.5. How can you get that? How could that be true, Tyler? My God.
I have the same question.
I charged. That's a Rob Manford call right there. That's a Rob. They called down to him. They said, "Get him. Let's get the A's guy out of here. We'll keep Catlin. He's got 38 bobs that they have to." What do you? The swing off though. Let's go back to that to end the All-Star game. I mean, I don't hate it, but I'm not. Somebody brought up like, would you want to see that in regular season games? Like, we went to extra innings.
Complaining.
Well, no, I'm not complaining about it in an All-Star game. I would complain about it if it happened in a real game. Let's put it that way. Like, if it went to the 10th inning, boys, would you have an issue with it? Tyler, go ahead.
If the NHL can do a shootout, why doesn't MLB bring this in? It's better than putting a manufactured guy on second base that didn't earn it. Like, that doesn't make sense.
So we're not playing baseball anymore.
That's
I'm
true.
just saying after 9 innings.
But maybe you do it in the 10th or the 11th. Like, give it 1 inning, but I don't know. At least it's exciting. People aren't turning the channel when it comes on.
I guarantee people want to stay hoping for a swing off.
More so than the extra innings. So, what do you think, Parker? Would you want to see it in a regular season game, extra innings?
Oh yeah, for sure. They could definitely get into it. It's more action than just watching the innings, and it just keeps going on, and you just see the swing. Really fun. I thought so.
Carson, did you get the same energy for that?
Oh, I think like a swing off, it would be fun, and like the fans would get more into it. But I just like how the regular season is played, like extra innings. I think it's more traditional, and that's how I would prefer it.
See, not all old guys think that way. See, we got a little reason here. We got a little reason here.
Got an old soul.
Well, yeah, but the other thing would be too. I was thinking through that. It'd be like, how like in the NHL, how they have like a guy, or in the NFL, like I think of the NHL because they'd always get a guy that was like the enforcer. He couldn't even skate or anything, but he would just be there to beat the crap out of people. That's what I would think of. Like now, you just get one guy who can
That
take.
stairs would have been a hell of a weapon.
Who does the best batting practice?
Just
And
get
that's
the
your
guy with the best softball player. The biggest belly, he could probably hit it over the fence every time.
Now, I have one. Back to the All-Star game. You guys, the one thing I want, because nobody else has seen it, but you three, is it was the first time that they did the little tap the head for the challenge, where the ball to see if it
that
was a
was
strike.
cool.
That was
Did they-
really cool.
Did
Yeah.
they put it up on the big board? Or is that how they?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
It was
Can they start slow clapping like in tennis, like where it's coming in?
let's see. You guys liked it.
Yeah.
You guys. That's good. It happened quite more times than I thought it did. Like I want to say like 5 or 6 times, and I want to say the batter or whoever was the one challenging, I think was right almost every time.
They were, yeah. It was funny. Yeah. No, they show it on the big screen and like all the fans get into it.
That's
Yeah.
funny. So you guys like that? Then if they brought that to the real baseball, you'd be good with that.
Yeah, because they missed so many calls. So like I feel like
Angel
should
Hernandez.
had that.
Man, the Justin Verlander against the A's.
We could have used it. We could have used a little ass. Where's Brandon out there? Where's your dad? We need to
Out
rip on
here.
him one more. We need to rip on him one more time about that. No, so you got that with it, and then
What's up, Brandon?
What's up, guys?
what's that? We needed the challenge system versus Verlander about 20 years ago. We needed that challenge system out there. We did that.
What's interesting about the challenge is like, it just has to barely clip the zone.
Yes.
So like you can have like 9/10 of the ball out of the zone. As long as it clips the zone, then it's a strike. So that piece of it's kind of interesting.
I feel like it happened to Rosario,
yeah, I
though.
mean, I was kind of here for it. There was a couple, I think, pitcher challenges and then a couple of hitter challenges. And I mean, like Aaron said, or I think it was Aaron said, I mean, they were always right, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Like these guys have such a good eye for the zone to be able to make these challenges and like they're right.
Yeah.
I think it was almost 100% of the time. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, no, you guys could have used it back in the day, huh?
I could have used that back then. It was funny. I was talking to my mom about it when we were over there, and she's like, yeah, but what if that system is wrong? I go, okay, well then we got a bigger.
Then we got a bigger.
It was like challenging the challenge system. That's what. Yeah.
We're gonna decline it and go back to the umpire's call.
Like, well, how do you know it's right? I go, well, I don't know for sure. I don't know. They do it in tennis. So I'm assuming it's the same thing. So what did I was going to ask you guys a couple more things here on is the other thing that caught my attention was now I know Carson and Parker, you guys are probably aware of who Hank Aaron is because you've gone to enough Braves games to probably see there. But that tribute looked pretty cool from TV. How was it live?
It was awesome. Like
awesome.
it was like the coolest thing I've ever seen. In all honesty, it was so much fun to watch and to witness.
I thought it was really cool. I thought it was just really awesome.
The firework from home plate.
Fireworks,
That wasn't expecting that. Brandon, did you get the same vibe?
Yeah, what was crazy about it too is like the place was silent.
Yeah.
While the whole tribute was going on, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, out of respect for Hank, and his wife was there. They showed her up on like the screen. I don't know what you guys saw on TV, but she continues to stay, kind of engaged with what goes on in support of Hank. So, yeah, no, it was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, it looked sick on TV. I know that. Did you ever see that or Case?
No, it looked unbelievable.
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job. What's it next year? What they say is in Philadelphia next year? Is that where it's at?
I think it's in Philly. Yeah.
I heard it might
Pete
come
Rose?
out San Francisco. Pete Rose, yeah, tribute to Pete Rose. I don't know if they'll do that. I don't know how we'll put that one on. It might go to San Francisco in 28, I hear. So we'll see if it comes out there.
Yeah, there's no collective bargaining agreement, or if it's reached, it'll be in San Francisco.
I'm curious, how many friends did your mom make along the way at this event? Did your mom make any friends? Or how many people did she annoy along the way? Well, no, I'm just kidding.
Five for both directions.
5 both.
It was definitely at least 5.
At least 5. All right. That's
She thinks she made 5 friends, but in reality, she annoyed 5 people.
Yeah, it's 50-50 for sure.
That's hilarious. We got that. That was a big question. She said she was looking for that A's fan. I was going to give her bonus points if she found an Oakland A's fan. But
Oh yeah, no, I only saw one A's fan, and that was at the Village.
yeah,
And I looked hard, and I was looking, wasn't I, Parker?
Yeah.
Should have got her on the pod.
we should have got. We got her. You were looking hard. That's why when you told that to me, I was like, "There's probably no A's fan."
Mom, I saw a few.
What you guys are saying? Where? Not the where?
You gotta look in our general area. You gotta look all around.
General area.
You just gotta look. You gotta look for the green.
It's like okay, but they had so I will say which is new. So the game and the home run derby, they have these called, what are they called? Green some.
Green screens? Like what?
No, the people. So there's 2 people in each section wearing green shirts.
Oh, the green team.
Green team, and they have these hats that look like A's hats. And every inning, they would go around, kind of pick your trash out like a stewardess.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, it was very nice.
The A's fans were given the trash taking out job.
Yeah, so it was hard because you look around and you'd be like, no, that's not A's fan. Green team, green team, no, great. They looked like A's fans, but they were really picking up the trash.
That's
Story of an A's fan's life.
that is a
Pick it
story
up,
of our-
Chad.
unbelievable.
No, but what you need to do is fly out 2 people next year from your team, right? From your YouTube channel, and they have to each a bingo card, or whoever fills up, they get a picture next to each a team. They have to fill out and get
We could keep a contest of who could find the most teams, the most fan bases on each one.
Yeah, and whoever fills it up first and sends you all the pictures of every team in the ALNL next to a fan, should win some money.
We could. Tyler will definitely pay that. We will definitely allow that. Tyler will definitely do that.
Overwhelmed.
Tyler's like, I'm not.
I don't know how to respond to this.
You can't pay that. So you guys had so you would say overall unbelievable experience.
Super fun. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, what
Very
would you say,
cool.
Brandon?
Yeah, no, it was cool. The Village is definitely a must do too. We didn't really talk too much about the Village, but there's it's huge. So they had a wiffle ball park set up inside the convention center for kids, and they have a bunch of different events where you can the day of, you have to get up early, and then you can sign up for different events. So we signed up for one autograph. We signed up. The boys got to do the VR home run derby.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of different things going on. There's a lot of free stuff. They had a whole booth area where they had the show. So the boys sat down, played the show for a little bit. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. So the Village is actually really cool too. So if you ever get an opportunity to go, definitely make a plan to go to the Village as well. There's a lot of neat memorabilia stuff, trophies, different things like that. There's food, ballpark food, drinks, all the things. So the Village is really cool too. But yeah, the experience itself was great. It is interesting. You definitely get, I think probably the majority of the people are middle-aged, old guys. That's the majority of the fan base at these things. There wasn't a ton of kids.
Yeah.
But it was still a really, really fun experience. It was hot as hell. I mean, it was
we looked it up. It was 95 humidity or whatever it was.
Oh my God. It was miserable with the heat, but the experience was great.
That's awesome. It sounds like a good time. We got my guy Jordan with us. So we got Ohio, Tennessee, California all here on the pod here at it so far. Jordan, we were talking these are part of my family here. We got Aaron, Brandon, their kids, Parker and Carson. They all went to the All-Star game. He's a Reds fan, gentlemen. He's a Reds fan out there. So he's a Reds along with K2. You got 2 Reds fans apparently now on the podcast with it. We got that with it. So would you guys say who out of all the players there, who were you? As we kind of wrap up All-Star stuff, who was the player you most wanted to see? What was your biggest takeaway from the All-Star game? Just or Derby, just the two things you might remember the most from the experience. Carson, what do you think?
Well, I wanted to see like Screwball because he's like a really good pitcher, and I'm like a Tigers fan, but I did get to see him like above the bullpen pitching and all sorts of stuff. So that was really cool to watch.
That's awesome. Yeah, he didn't. Well, he struggled a little bit in the first inning there, but he did get out of it there.
Yeah.
Will he be back? Will he be back?
He will be back. Parker, what do you think?
I wanted to see an Acuna bomb.
That would have. Well, you saw Acuna throw the next day.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, that was an insane throw.
But he threw it out of the whole ballpark, 301 feet. Looked like he wasn't even trying to throw it at the same time. They just like lobbed it there. What was that, Parker? You a Cal guy? I forgot. I feel like you are a Cal Raleigh guy.
Our Cal was definitely really cool to see.
Yeah,
One
Cal
of
was
those.
really sick.
He's a good catcher to look up to because I play there. I play
Got a great kid nickname, the Big Dumper.
the big dumper.
A great catcher's nickname.
That's a great catcher. Were you disappointed when Acuna took himself out of the home run derby, though?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But Matt Olson, he put on a decent show though.
He did
But-
pretty good there.
He did well. I was kind of surprised in front of all the fans with all the pressure.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Aaron,
My favorite.
besides the guys picking up trash, what was a big
That was
memory?
that. I think my favorite part or takeaway was just a fun experience. I went into this thinking, is this going to be a waste of money or is this going to be fun?
Yeah.
And it turns out it was really, really fun. I did not expect it. And I'm not really a baseball. Like I like baseball, but I'm not like they are, right? And all these other middle-aged men out there with me. And I got into it. It got me into it. It was hands down. You have to go to a all-star.
It's on the bucket
and
list.
Derby.
I gotta go. If it comes out to here in San Francisco, I might be forced to have to at least pick one of them.
Yes, and then I'll go with you, and we'll go take our pictures and find everyone.
Yeah,
All
we
the games,
could all go out
all
there.
the teams.
At that point, you got to find Braves fans. You guys are out here.
Yeah,
That'll be
that's
the
true.
goal. We got to do our game at that point. How about you, Brandon?
Yeah, I think I think the most electric part was probably actually when Olsen kind of got on a little run.
Yeah.
And got the fan base behind him. I mean, the place was crazy at that point. So that was really cool. Similarly, I mean, I had never been to one, so I kind of went in without a whole lot of expectations. I mean, we're kind of used to watching them on TV, right? It just seems like they go on forever, and sometimes the games are just a dud. But I think we lucked out in that regard. The Derby itself was good. It was a good competitive Derby, and then the game, there were runs scored, and then you get the little surprise at the end with. I didn't realize that they were going to do that.
Did they make an announcement of that, like in the ninth inning, or anything like that? No.
They
did.
They
Yes.
did, but it was late. So we didn't know.
Yeah.
That if the game were to go to a tie until it was a real possibility that they were going to do that. So that was kind of cool.
Bud Seeley's going to come down and talk to the umpires in a half an inning right now.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun.
And the Hank Aaron thing.
The Hank Aaron thing was incredible.
Yeah,
that's definitely a show stealer just to be able to see that.
I was trying to find Carson at that time a cheese pizza because he wanted a cheese pizza. So I'm walking around the stadium, everyone's out at cheese pizza, and when that thing started, all the concession people. You couldn't even talk to him.
Everything stopped.
Everything
I want a
stopped.
Coke. I want a Coke. What are you doing? Focus.
I just want a cheese pizza.
I just want a cheese pizza for my son. But yeah, everyone stopped, and it was cool. It was one of those you need to out of respect, but also just to watch. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I appreciate you guys jumping on this morning. That was fun talking a little.
Yeah, thank you.
All-Star game, and we got to do it again when we get close to the playoffs here, and we'll talk a little, maybe some Titans with you as you get closer, Parker, to that as well. So, no, I appreciate you guys jumping on for the first time of the Fatboy FadeAway podcast. And see, we don't bite. We keep it nice. We keep it cool over here. So, appreciate it, guys. When do you guys start school?
August 8th.
August 8th.
All right. So coming around the corner. Aaron, that same for you?
I got August 1st.
Oh, all right. Back August 1st then. So you got 2 weeks left here. Enjoy
yes.
it. Don't look depressed. Our students are waiting for us, Aaron. Our students are waiting for us. We got a chance to do great. Well, I appreciate you guys jumping on. Let's do
All
it
right.
again soon. All right.
All right.
All right. See you
Have a
guys
good one.
later. Have a good one. Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you.
What's up with you, Jordan? How you doing?
Doing good, brother. It's been a long time. How are things down in your neck of the woods over in Cali?
We are doing good. It was good. We had our family on this morning. That's my
saw.
cousin Aaron, her 2 kids. So we had they went to the All-Star game, as you could probably tell, and the home run derby. So it was really fun being able to talk to them about that as well. So we're doing good. Just kind of keeping just like you with Ohio Sports Talk, just kind of trying to churn things out the best we can with busy lives, right? You know how that goes. So just trying to do that. And I'm glad that we were able to make it work with us as well on a Sunday. To get a little, I want to talk some NFL with you, but just check in with you too and see how things are going. So yeah. So how's your world right now?
World's good. I am preparing to coach my second season of high school football.
Nice.
So we are rocking and rolling it very soon. We had a little mini camp a week ago. Got to bump with the guys before they go on their final hoorah before they come back and it's all business.
Yep.
So that's fun. Daughters are busy in cheer. They had their cheer camp actually yesterday for about 8 hours. They didn't have it this morning. Thank God we were able to go out to breakfast and chill out.
I've heard the cheerleading dad life is tougher than you think. I heard that's
man, it's
a rumor.
It's tough, man. I gotta, I get into the competitions. I get into the dad jump offs and stuff like that, and the knees don't work like they used to, and the back doesn't feel great all the time. So, your family was talking about wanting to see a bunch of middle-aged men. There's nothing like a bunch of middle-aged men trying to do some cheer jumps. I'll just send you the video. I'm not posting it, but I'll send it to you.
You want to go viral? The post might be part of it on that side of it. So, hey, as we kind of get into some topics here today, I was thinking before we move on to NFL completely. So my brother is obviously with the A's leaving Oakland. He's made the Reds now his baseball team randomly out of there. I know you follow them a little bit too as well. Disappointing, a good year for him. What do you think so far before you kind of hit some NFL stuff?
We're 1.5 games out of the wild card spot. We're 2 games, 4 games in a row winning. That's posting the break to now 2 games in a row against the Mets. So I think we're in prime position here. 1.5 games out as of this morning, and a lot of that could totally go in our favor and change depending on how they play today. So, I'm pretty confident, and all this is with Hunter Green missing the last 45 work days of baseball. So the fact that he's been out for about four or 5 starts consecutively, which in rotational wise. So the fact that we're like in the cusp of really being in the mix of making some noise, I'm pretty confident.
You're happy with that, yeah, Casey? That's a little confidence booster for you. I agree. It's good insight.
Steer's been really good. He's like the RBI clutch. Elliott's been getting on. I mean, McLean and Friedel. I mean, it's kind of like pick who you want at the leadoff spot, but you guys always make fun. But I actually do follow him this year, as much as you guys don't think I do.
Well, I think after I challenged you to name more than 5 of them, I feel like you got locked in after that. I feel like after I did, you took it personal. You took it personal, and now you really invested yourself into it a little bit. I saw was an interview I saw with it's one of the guys who was like basically telling the front office to grow a pair and make some trades. So that's one thing I always do question with the Reds is when their front office is very weird at times. I feel like they always go back and forth on some of these things. So we'll see what they do.
That came from the players yesterday. The players said they were going to win enough games to put pressure on the front office, and then slapped it in the papers. So
we'll see if
I love it.
We'll see if they actually can get the job done with that. What's with your Bengals? They're not signing players. Nobody's signing second round players. What the heck? What is going on?
They all got signed yesterday, Darren.
Stewart as well, though?
No, hell no.
Whoa, yeah.
Hey, we're talking about second rounders, Darren. Second rounders.
All right, good. Do you think that was worth them doing that? the second round. Like they all kind of boycotted. It obviously seems like they did it. They kind of agreed on this, most of the players, before they. I mean, well, So I don't know. It's kind of a interesting deal. I guess I'll just leave it at that. What do you think?
I mean,
think of it?
From what I read, and I'm sure Tyler can chime in too. Guaranteeing more money in the second round. I think that was the focal point of the language. It wasn't necessarily the things that would void their contract like the first rounders.
Yeah.
I think the second rounders wanted more guaranteed money, which I don't hate it, but I mean, you're a second rounder, get in, get your millions, get your feet in, get your foot in the door. The whole holding out thing. I mean, obviously the league, I feel like the league kind of concluded together because they all got signed yesterday. So, the Colts signed JTT, the Patriots signed Henderson. We signed our guy, our linebacker. So obviously, obviously it felt kind of coerced.
What do you think, T?
Yeah, I think Jordan touched it. It just felt like it was coerced by both sides. Like once the second rounders basically came and like did a union thing. We're like, we're not signing unless we get fully guaranteed money. And then the NFL looked at it and they're like, we don't want to do this. And then they looked at it further and they're like, I guess we have to. We'll figure out this in the collective bargaining agreement when that comes up. But I don't know. You don't want to lose a second round pick. Like I can't imagine what Bengals fans are feeling right now with that first round pick. Like we wasted a first round pick on a guy that's in college right now. Like that's crazy.
So we make the Bengals situation make sense with Stewart, right? He's a defensive end, right?
Doesn't make sense.
Out of Texas A&M. They pick him. He's at the draft, obviously. It's not like he's holding the jersey up, all that stuff. I've always said the Bengals, and we did talk many times together, talking to Gridiron. I've always said the Bengals are one of the cheapest franchises in professional sports. They'll pay their guys because I feel like the way the salary cap set up, but they've always had issues with first round picks. Like they always have had issues at times with signing these guys. They usually get them in, but there is always they're the one franchise I'm always like they might fully not sign them. And this is what we're looking like. Do you think Stewart will not be a Bengal basically?
No, I think Stewart will be a Bengal.
Okay.
It's just a matter of when, because Texas A&M did report that he is not there. That those were some rumors. He was at the training facility for lifting weights.
Yep.
And staying in shape and things of that nature, but he was not actually practicing with the team. So that got debunked. That came straight from the horse's mouth. And one of our local podcasts, actually, Cincy Unfiltered, has a interview with his agent tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So we might get some news. That they're skipping the mainstream media and actually coming to the podcast world. So maybe we'll get some clarity there. But I think it's kind of a little bit ridiculous. Abdul Carter has the same language with the Giants in his contract, and he had no issue signing it.
Was it Andre Smith? Was that the random guy I'm thinking that was a tackle for you guys that held out? Was that who it was? I feel like it was I feel like it was an offensive line. Levi Jones.
Andre Smith was the biggest one today.
Yeah. Okay.
Billy Price had a couple. Win a couple extra weeks when we drafted him out of Ohio State. So it happens. Like you said, our franchise does have a history of having first round issues and stuff like that. Even Palmer kind of went later.
That's right. He went later too
in his signing, and that's when that whole he hated the Buckeyes thing came out. Coming to Ohio, him being a USC guy. I remember that radio interview like it was yesterday. But AJ Green didn't have too much of an issue. I think he was kind of instantly signed because we needed the firepower, obviously. We still need a defense, but I just don't think Stewart's going to be a game changer and a wrecker. So, my focus is more on, us paying our guy, Trey Hendrickson, and just getting that out of the way and kind of moving on and forcing our first rounder to eventually just sign the dotted line.
Yeah, the Hendricks. I saw Watt sign yesterday or the day before.
Oh,
massive deal.
Highest paid non-quarterback, 3 years, $120 million, more than his brother made in a 12-year career, which is insane.
What he passed Max Crosby, I think, on the deal, or Garrett, probably one of those two.
He passed Crosby in guaranteed money.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. Yeah, so interesting situation with the Bengals there. I was actually shocked they were able to keep Chase. They should have, but I always question them with things. They were able. They did sign him. They'll have Burrow. When something came out with was house robbery this week or something like that. He had to get that settled. And then Tyler, Niners out looking like they're going to have a nice off season. Nothing going wrong. And then now Jennings says trade me or basically or give me more money. But the problem with Jennings is as much as Jawan Jennings, a wide receiver, as much as leverage he has in terms of the Niners locker room with wide receivers, I don't see anybody in the NFL like paying this guy $12 million a year to be, or I don't know.
He's already getting $15 million. He's not like this underpay. You got a contract last year. I don't know what you do. You can't trade him because you have no depth. Ayuk's hurt. Pearsall's on the physically unable to perform less. You have Cowling, like guys nobody's heard of outside of the 49ers like fan base.
Give me the Madden rating.
So you need 73 probably would be my guess. But like they need Jawan Jennings, but they can't give him more money. Like that's ridiculous. He's not that good.
So you would take Brian's theory, just pay him more.
That's always Brian's theory. As long as they're on the field. Did you guys mention Trey Hendrickson?
He did.
Okay,
Yeah, he was saying that he didn't sign him either. I don't know. It's always a weird part. It was kind of a weird time of the NFL because I kind of even forget some of the guys that were holding out.
I'd call Washington and trade McLaren for him. Do a swap.
He was the one as well asking for that, right? Asking for the holdout as well.
Yeah, but he's good or way better than Jennings. I think we'd all agree.
Throw some picks in there.
I agree.
McLaren's going to be on the wrong side of 30.
We should have made Debo part of the trade. Back had some foresight.
Yeah, I got it done that back there with it. Yeah, well, then so I just find that interesting. The Niners, right? They've had this kind of smooth off season. Everybody's because like basically the last 3 years they've had somebody that they've had to sign. They got the Purdy thing out of the way early this year. Do you believe in the Niners, Jordan, this year headed into them? Do you think their window is a little over with, or you think they got Purdy now? They got McCaffrey hopefully back. They moved on from Samuel. You know what I mean? But where are you at with the Niners kind of headed into the season as they got last place last year in the West?
I don't think their window's closed because they still have a dominant defensive line, even with some of the newer guys on there. And, the NFC, depending on Detroit's health, is kind of wide open. And Detroit got some bad news the other day with one of their players tearing their ACL. I don't have the name in front of me. But, Detroit had, 16-plus players on IR last year. So you look around the NFC, the Packers are still kind of in and out of being decent to good. The Bears are still kind of non-existent with how their organizations ran when it comes to wins and losses. The Vikings are always going to kind of be a wild card. Seattle, we'll see, with all their trading and all their changes at quarterback and coaching, are they going to step up and be a force in the NFC and challenge the 49ers? I don't see it, at least early. Any given Sunday things can change, but the NFC for me is kind of wide open outside of, the Eagles are going to be the Eagles, and that's going to be the team with their, red dot on their back. So I don't think the window's closed because it's a long season.
I think it's the Eagles and Detroit, and then the Rams are scary as well with Devontae Adams. If he returns to form like before or even the first year with the Raiders, and then with Puka, and then you have Stafford who can be unstoppable. He can turn the ball over, but when he's hot, he's hot. And then they got those defensive players last year in the draft with Jared Verse, and they scared the crap out of it. I think the Rams could be super, super interesting.
Me, Casey, and Brian talked about this a month ago. So I don't think, Tyler, you were with us on this one. So I'll pose it to you guys again as, in case we can look at it too. It's a month later from when we asked it was. I have concerns over the Lions. Like, I know there's something there. I'm not saying the window's closed, but I'm not the biggest Goff guy in the world.
Me too.
And he had a great one-off year. They lost both their coordinators. I don't know. Like, there's part of me that wants to say that there's a chance the Lions have a big drop-off and not necessarily go 4-12, but I could see 9-8 from them. I don't know. Are you guys all in on the Lions again, or I don't know. I'm willing to go a little skeptical on them to start this year, I guess. So what do you think, Jordan?
I think they have enough firepower to kind of make up for losing their coordinators because the foundation of the players that got them to that success last season are there. And they, kind of what I harped on, 16 players on IR. I mean, they were mixing and matching guys all year long last year and still pulling, games and rabbits out of the hat. So I would say if that trend continues to the 2026-2027 season, I would say their window's closed. But if they can get some general health on this team, and Goff he's serviceable, but he has just unbelievable talent at running back and wide receiver and tight end right now, where all he has to do is play within Campbell's system, and he'll be fine regardless of who's the offensive coordinator. I think they're kind of unique in their head coach. Calls those fourth down plays, calls those big third down plays, where their coordinator was kind of non-existent in a lot of those choices. So I don't think that's necessarily going to hurt them. And, I still think they are one of the teams to beat if they can get healthy. Hutchinson looked good in his workouts the other day. All projections are saying he's going to start maybe week 2 or maybe even week 1. He's not on the physically unable to perform list as of today, when most teams released it yesterday for the pub list. So, I'm pretty confident this team can rock and roll it.
Tyler, what do you think? Like I said, I have some negative energy towards the Lions.
The offense concerns me, even though they're way better. The drop off without the offensive coordinator, I could see being like enough where they only win 9. I think 9's their floor though of winning. So I think they could have a drop off, but they still have that up end talent with like the offensive players like Jordan mentioned, Laporta, Gibbs, Amon-Ra. Yeah, Goff's not the greatest, but he can get the ball out on time. Then I think the defense takes a big step with Hutchinson coming back. Like, you add a top 5 pass rusher, your defense is going to improve. And then you have Brian Branson at safety.
Yeah.
Another year, or no, they lost their defensive coordinator there, Glenn. That's going to hurt. But I think they're going to be better. Not better because they had such an unreal year, but I think they're still going to be really, really tough.
So as we're entering minicamp, the Eagles are by far the favorite of the NFC. Then still, obviously, that's kind of where it sounds like we're at with it. The Eagles
are by far. I don't think the Lions are that far off.
All right, and your Niners and Rams, they're right.
They're not. They're a step below.
I
think they're a playoff team, but I don't think they're that top 4.
I gotcha. Jordan, I'm waiting to ask you this one. Is this finally the year the Steelers go rock bottom? Or are they still going to be a playoff team somehow that makes it with A-Rod?
RELA.
Where are you?
I look at the Steelers and, first of all, can we curse on this program? Is this okay?
Yeah.
First of all,
no.
No?
I don't know. Okay. I don't make the rules.
You're a guest. You can do what you want.
It's always fuck the Steelers. Wake up is 2 things in Ohio. It's fuck Boston and fuck the Steelers. Depending on what sport you're talking about. But, that Pittsburgh, I think they made enough moves. Bring in a veteran quarterback that's not, in his prime. Ramsey's still going to work within the Pittsburgh system.
That's right. Yeah,
he's going to be fine. DK Metcalf still has a little bit of juice left in the system. So, they're losing some of the explosiveness over the top, not having Pickett there. But, Metcalf can still, if you're running crossers and, really attacking the middle of the defenses in between the safety and the corner and the linebacker, they're going to be fine. I think their run game is going to have a tremendous drop-off. Their backfield without Harris for the first time in a long time. Their offensive line has been mid the last 2 seasons. So, we'll see where that puts them with teams like Baltimore in the AFC. Kansas City still packs a punch. Cleveland's defense, you can argue about their offense, but Myles Garrett and company are always going to be lurking in that top 10 to top 12 spot when it comes to pass rush win and loss ratio. So you look at all those guys, and I think this is the year they missed the playoffs. I'm saying 7 wins. I think they finally drop it off. I think this is the last year they're going to move on from Mike Tomlin after this, the experiment of them trying to put different pieces together and just kind of slap and patch it. They need to do it via draft. They need to get younger. And I think after this experiment ends, they're going to win 7 games. And I don't even think Rodgers plays a whole season The AFC North is not where I would go in my advanced age.
He's gonna get
with at
lit
least
up.
3 teams, being top defenses, minus the Bengals being 28th last year. Just some loser shit, but
They were nice. They were friendly defense. Friendly defense.
But they have to score against the Bengals, and I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers, if Joe Burrow gets a clean pocket and gets to land, those 32 to 35 points that he was scored in the last 6 games last year.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think Pittsburgh can hang with that. So I think Pittsburgh gets 7 wins. They miss the playoffs, and they finally move on from Mike Tomlin.
Do you think of the Bengals as a playoff team right now? To me, they remind me of like the early 2000s Trent Green Priesthoods Kansas City Chiefs, where they're going to have to score 45 points if they want to win. Or they'll come up against like a Peyton Manning Colts and lose in the playoffs without punting. Like that, their offense with Burrow and Chase and Higgins, it's special. And Chase Brown, even one of the most underrated running backs in the NFL. But that defense, if you don't get Hendricks, and I know you're confident they'll sign Stewart. I don't know. It's the Bengals, like Darren mentioned before. It scares me. Are they a playoff team to you?
With them being 1 game out of the playoffs last season, like I said, with the 28th ranked defense, yes, I do think that they are a playoff team this year. Al Golden coming in, bringing in a new voice in the locker room, cutting some of the veteran players, like not bringing back Mike Hilton, letting Josh Newton step into that role. Dax Hill getting healthy, where Dax Hill, everybody forgets that he only played 3 games last year, along with DJ Turner, who also played 3 games last year. Those were our number 1 and number 2 corners going into the season. Losing them, before week 4 even happened, was a huge, huge black eye to the secondary. So as much as our defensive line struggled, our secondary was just playing with guys that had never played the game before. Josh Newton was a rookie and had to step in. Mike Hilton had to be lined up to the outside, so he wasn't playing his natural slot position. And you just had a lot of language and a lot of barriers that just weren't overcome. You add that with an abysmal defensive line, and that's the product we got last year. So I think this year with a better even secondary, because I can't harp on the defensive line. I don't know how it's going to be. But at least with a better secondary, Geno Stone took a pay cut to stay on the roster, and Al Golden's going to use him more as a free safety instead of in the box safety. Jordan Battle is going into year 3. Last year, he started the last 6 games of the season, which we won. Yeah. Everybody forgets that we went on a big string on winning games. So I think they're going to be a playoff team. They start the season even 2-0 or 1-1 last year, and we were in a playoff. So this year, opening up against the Browns, you can't really figure it out offensively. I think it's going to be a huge shot in the arm that they need.
So the defense will be better next year than it was last year.
I think the it can't be worse.
It could be worse.
No.
If you don't have Hendricks, it's going to be worse. You won't have a pass rush now.
Well, I mean, you also looked at, Logan Wilson missed 12 games. Jermaine Pratt had to do it by himself.
But none of these guys are Hendricks.
None of these guys are Hendricks, but I'm just saying that, that's you lose your communicator in your middle linebacker.
No, yeah, it hurts. I agree. You have things. But losing your best player is never good.
Jimmy Pilato hated Zach Taylor. Okay, do you hate him, or you actually like the head coach?
I hate him, and I think that I hated him before the Netflix series. I don't know if you guys were able to tune into any of that at all.
Yeah.
If anybody tries to tell me he has any control in the locker room whatsoever, the answer is no. It's going to start and end with really great. Joe Burrow keeping that team together, and I think that's that's going to be a fundamental problem. If the losing skid starts again, this team could easily implode. So I just don't think Zach Taylor is a head coach material. I think he would be a great offensive coordinator. I think he would be a great even assistant coach. He's a player's guy, but that's just not that's not. And this from watching some Raiders coaches come in and out. You can't be a man of the players and have their respect at the same time, because when things get tough, you become a doormat, and I feel like that's on any coaching level. You have to be a stern guy when you're winning.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels never had to worry about being a player.
No, he did not.
Hey,
Do you think our Raiders actually might do something this year? Are we done?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I am excited for you, man.
All
I'm
right,
excited
yeah.
for the Raiders.
There we go, Case. We got a little excitement this year. We got. There we go. We need a little love.
we don't need Brian Payton ass Niner fan over there.
We all need it.
Ripping
All
our
right.
Raiders.
Hey, I got a few.
What I
things
do? I did a Niner fan. We don't need him here.
Brian, rip it out. Hey, I got a couple things for you. Okay, so I'm gonna name a couple teams. Tell me who you would want. Not necessarily just like kind of. You just choose the team. You can give me we don't have to go like long for each reason or something like that. But all right, Tyler, let's start with you. Going into next year, what team would you rather have? Chargers or Commanders?
Oh, I'll go Commanders because I love the Chargers, but I like the Commanders. I'll go Jaden Daniels. I trust a little more than Herbert.
No cack.
But that's because I love Jaden Daniels that much. That's not a shot at Herbert.
Okay. Chase, Chargers or Commanders?
I go Commanders.
Jordan, same way?
Oh, Commanders all day. You know I hate Hardball.
Yeah.
Oh, Harbaugh's the man too.
I think I'm gonna go Chargers, guys, on this one. I'm gonna go Chargers here.
Go Chargers. Yeah.
Go Chargers. Go. Minnesota or Seattle? So you got Minnesota with JJ coming in, or you got Seattle with Sam Darnold.
I got Minnesota. I like Minnesota better than I liked them last year.
All right, Seattle. Case.
I'm seeing ghosts. I'm gonna go with JJ McCarthy and then
You're hurting George.
Come on, you gotta go there. We had ghosts. What do you go with?
I'm going with Seattle.
There you go. Darnold this one.
You ghosts too, Jordan?
Rams or Packers headed into next year? Rams or Packers?
I got Rams. I already said why.
Jordan, what do you think?
Rams.
Case, we got two Rams. Anybody going Packers here?
I think Jordan Love takes a couple steps up. I like the Packers.
All right,
they play an easier division.
All right, we'll go this one. Colts or Raiders? Now, somehow the Colts always finish with a better record. I don't know how they've done it over the years. I mean, like Jeff Saturday comes off the
beats the Raiders.
He's doing ESPN. He's going to beat the Raiders. What do you go? Raiders or Colts? Jordan, come on, tough one.
The Raiders.
There we go. We like a lot of Raiders and Colts. Casey, you staying positive here?
We tried to steal their quarterback last year from the Colts. So I think we're better off stealing Gino. I think the Raiders are going to have it better. Raiders are going to be better. No way. I mean, Danny Dimes it replaces Anthony Richardson, and
Danny Dimes. Who's our backup now? Who's the guy that was who was the guy last year?
Raiders backup.
Yeah, O'Connell. That's who it was. O'Connell. AOC. Yes, that's right.
Our favorite.
You go.
What?
You go Colts or Raiders?
I hate them both. I'll go Raiders there. The Colts have nothing to me.
You don't think do you think the Raiders' run game is as good as when they had Derek McFadden back in the day? Now,
this guy looks in shorts. He looks unbelievable so far, Brett.
I do think Zenti's really, really good. I just don't know if I'd pick him that high.
I just think Carroll abuses running back, so I expect a good 2-year run at minimum here. I expect a 2-year. Well, I mean, like being elite. Like running backs don't have the longest.
When would you take him in a fantasy draft, Aaron?
I'd take him. I'd be willing to take him end of the first round, start of the second.
Pete?
I'd agree. I might even go higher than that.
Maybe if a 10, with Chase is going to be in there, he'll be there for sure as a receiver. I don't know where I would take the guy from Minnesota.
Jefferson?
Yeah, like with that situation.
I trust McCart.
Yeah, you trust JJ. Just give him the
I
ball.
do trust JJ.
Just throw it. All right, Texans or the Bengals? What team are we believing? What are we going with, Jordan?
No offense, dude. No,
I'll go last. Close. I'll go last.
All right, good.
I think Joe Burrow is much better than Stroud, but the defense of the Texans is way better than the defense of the Bengals, in my opinion. I'll go Texans. I like D'Amico Ryans better than Zach Taylor. Stroud's good. They're getting Nico Collins back, fully healthy. I'll go Texans, but I don't think it's by a long shot or anything.
Chase?
I go Cincinnati. I think they're just higher. Their upside's higher than the Texans. I think it's like the defense. Like if you get the ball first, whatever, you just never know.
Yeah.
You might score enough points. Texans, I just don't. I don't know how Tank Dell will come back after that nasty.
What about the Texans playing in the South Division and
No, I know. I just
the Bengals having to play in the bottom North?
Yeah, I don't know. I go with Cincinnati still.
How about you, Jordan?
I got to go with my Bengals on this one. I think the Texans backfield with Nick Chubb not knowing how he's going to be, and Joe Mixon's now kind of getting up there in age. I just don't think they pack enough 1-2 punch. And I think, with Jermaine Burton coming into his second season, maybe pulling his head out of his butt and, being a professional and being that SEC talent that we saw in Georgia and Alabama, being that third wide receiver for Joe Burrow, might change the game a little bit. So I'm going to go with Cincinnati scoring enough points.
I got two more. Denver or Dallas?
They both suck.
I'll take Dallas. I'll take that. I don't believe in Bo Nix still.
Denver's
He had a good year.
Oh,
I just don't believe in
Nico be killing.
Denver.
Denver's defense is unreal. What are we talking about? They got that's
Kid will fall in love with anything.
That's interesting. Denver or Dallas? What do you got, Jordan?
I'm going to go with Denver on this one. I think their young offense gets it together, makes another run, and probably sneaks into a wild card round.
Case they both suck. That's the answer. Is that the answer?
And Dak, we don't trust.
So
it'd be like Denver, Patriots, like Chiefs, like
Chiefs.
However you want to pick that order.
Steelers would be on that list for me too. They'd be on that.
For
list.
you, Steelers.
I hate not a big Steelers guy at all. Not big. They're a pain in the butt.
When the Cowboys had Big Wade, I used to cheer for him.
yeah, Big Wade. Yeah, what a defensive coordinator.
Great
last
man
one.
boobs. Great man boobs.
Last one. Bills, Chiefs, or Ravens? Which one are we taking?
Bills, Chiefs, or Ravens.
So their top three, kind of been the top three, it feels like, for a few years now in the AFC. The Ravens continue to have a downside when it comes to playoff time. They played unreal last year against the Bills to kind of should have won the game. What's the tight end that dropped the ball there? Mark Andrews. So obviously living infamy there. Bills escape, and then the Bills can't get over the Chiefs right now, it still seems. But are the Chiefs are they still the top dog there? Tyler, who are you taking out of those three headed just kind of early on here?
I think it's the Ravens.
The Ravens.
I really do. I think the Ravens finally take the step. Lamar's turning, I think, 27 or 29. He's played long enough to figure it out, and he was great last year. They had the most well-rounded roster
in the playoff game against the Bills. Remember, he still struggled.
It was a snowy day. He fumbled. He threw a terrible pick.
It's
put the
winter.
pick on.
It's
Didn't the Bengals beat the Bills in the snow?
They did.
Well, someone has to win. One team's gonna win.
Swing off.
I think the Ravens will figure it out.
Throw through a tire. What quarterback can throw it through the tire wins it overtime? We do that one. Case, out of those three, who are you taking?
I'd probably go with the Chiefs still. He's got the dad bod now. So, I don't think you can go against him. It's just like unless it takes a full running attack by the Eagles where you just have like guys destroying little high school kids, like what it looked like. That's the only way you can beat the Chiefs, it feels like. I don't know.
Chiefs for you too, Jordan? Or the Bills is their time?
No, I think the Bills figure it out.
Man, their window eventually. It feels like, come on, Buffalo, come on. Them and Baltimore are on the same track. It's like
I
think Baltimore's still getting better. Where the Bills, I feel like, I don't know. I love Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is the best quarterback of the three right now.
I wonder if Harbaugh would lose his job if the Ravens didn't make the Super Bowl this year. I wonder if, I'd be curious. He's been there a long time. He's been there a long time. So
they don't fire guys.
It's the Pittsburgh mode. Just keep hiring your coach. It's actually the AFC North way. We just we kept Marvin Lewis for 10 plus years. So.
You guys did. You guys did that forever. We love Marvin. Hey, real quick, what player has won the most MVPs in NFL history?
Aaron Rodgers.
Nope, not Aaron.
Manning.
Do you know how many Mannings won?
5.
5. That's a lot of MVPs, right? That's a lot of MVPs.
Rodgers got 3 or 4. I know that.
It's not Brady.
No, Manning has the most too much team ball with Belichick. Too much team ball. You got to make
clock killing Corey Dillon.
Clock Corey Dillon. Yeah, we got to get ex-Bengal there with it. We love that. All right. Let's get to winners and losers this week. I have a lot, so we can kind of discuss that as we go. With it, Jordan, you gotta remember how we would do this on Talking in Gridiron. Give me some of the give me a winner. It doesn't have to be football. It could be whatever in the sports world that's kind of on your mind with stuff. Casey, you want to get us started with winner or loser?
Yeah, I can do that. So
what do you want to go with? Winner or loser to start us out this week?
I'll do winner.
All right.
I'll go with the baseball All-Star game. The walk-off, just the swing off. I thought it was really cool. Something different. The Hank Aaron. I thought baseball really killed it in their All-Star game. I thought that was like
bringing back the uniforms. Thank God.
Like
that was cool.
way 1,000 times better than the NBA All-Star or whatever they did.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, at least with I always say it's about the baseball one. At the very end of the day, the hitter up there is not just going to sit there and like fake swing 3 times, and the pitcher's not going to throw it 70 miles per hour. So like you're going to have, at least for that pitcher versus hitter, real baseball. Like the best players might not be in it at times, but in the NBA, they're just jogging up and down there. I mean, like they're just not playing the game. So I feel like in baseball, you're always going to have at least kind of a truer form of a game. Just that's kind of my initial thought on the All-Star. But I think they did a good job.
Finally getting it right now.
They just need to figure out the money side of things because the Yankees and Dodgers will just blow everybody out of the water. They got to figure out some way with that still, how to even that out. But I thought they did a good job this week too. That's a good call. What do you think, T? Winner of the week?
I have Home Run Derby perfected the format. Another winner is St. Gillis hosting the ESPYs. The joke about 4-time WNBA All-Star Brittany Hicks, and everyone's like, yay! And then it's like his friend's wife, and hilarious. Ronald Acuna's throw yesterday, just unbelievable, 301 feet.
Slide.
And then I gave the Wizards their credit. I kind of like I don't think I've ever said this in my adult life. I like what the Hornets are doing in Charlotte. I like Nipple is going to be he's going to be something with Brandon Miller. And they have the Lonzo Ball trade piece, or I'd use him as a trade piece. The Hornets and Wizards back-to-back winners, first time ever.
Wow.
Is there a K in front of that nipple, or is it just
it's good.
There's a K, but it's it's silent.
Like I said, if they could ever get Knipple and Grady Dick on the same team, you'll have quite.
I can't wait for.
If they could ever get that happen, that'd be an immature dream. What do you got, Jordan, for winner of the week?
I've got Monte Ball being traded for Isaac Okoro coming to Cleveland. I think that's a win for the stage of his career that he's in. A fresh start, a playoff team, and it's going to be a great bench player.
Okoro just never turned out to be able. He just never could shoot.
Never one of Casey's favorites coming out of the draft.
Auburn, right? Auburn, Isaac. Yeah, he just never could shoot. Case. That was the big issue with him. He never could shoot. It turned out to be
develop a shot, but that could never. I guess not.
He did not develop the shot, so he's out of there. I got Cal Raleigh making it. I thought Rooker. He did good in the home run derby. He did good in the swing off. He hit 2 out of 3, and he hits the home run off a San Francisco Giant in the All-Star game as well. So we get that as well with it. And then I just want to credit people for memes this week, like in general. I mean, the couple was a loser of the week, but just some of the memes. I was
getting there.
Lego, my first affair, like holding this guy, like everything about it. Was so good.
I never saw that.
I don't know. Tyler? Did you see? You know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah. I didn't see that meme. That was the best one I've seen. Most of them, I'm like, this is a stupid meme. Like there was that was hilarious.
What was my favorite joke was Coldplay hasn't put out a good single in 10 years. Now they put out 2 in one day. I like that one as well. There was good. I mean, I don't know. A lot. It was kind of a big topic this week. It took over the internet. I mean, come on, if you're having an affair, be composed in that situation. But they didn't react well, Jordan.
Dude, I love it. The Savannah Bananas got in on it and did their own skit of it. The Phillies have done their own skit of it at their ballpark.
Oh, that was hilarious.
There was an overseas soccer game over in the UK that's now making fun of it. Like it has gone above and beyond anything that I thought would happen.
One hell of a way to divorce your wife.
Yes.
I was thinking, man, it's got to be like one of the most, like, it's been a while collectively on the internet.
She's gonna sue for emotional like distress.
Go ahead, Chase.
I just gonna say it's been a while since everyone on the internet's like on the same team. Like there ain't no like red and like blue. It's just like let's just kill these two people. Like it does not matter. Like it does not matter. Like your political affiliation.
Was the last big meme?
It's just like wreck these people. Like get them.
Was the last big meme like to this size the Hawk Tua?
Yeah,
Probably.
no doubt. Probably so. Yeah, the Hawk 2.
that or the submarine submersing.
Yeah.
No, yeah, this one was a bit. Here's the one with the Phillies you guys were talking about. Here's their they're doing the kiss cam.
And the fact that they're playing Coldplay.
You got the mascot. No, everybody's been doing that now. Yeah, they properly killed, as you would say. I would say they got properly killed this week. Yeah, so as much as they were losers of the week, winner of the week to the rest of America. Well done. Winner of the week to the rest of America. And I'm sure if you've worked for that company, I'm sure there's plenty of employees doing backflips at this point, like well deserved. This guy deserved. Like so, I'm sure there's a lot of those guys celebrating as well with that. So
Darren, how would you slip out of that one? Would you just?
You don't let the lady. You don't let her leave. You're like,
yeah,
no,
you're not going anywhere. If they see, they see.
I'm in love with you. Yeah, we're doing.
I wonder if the wife was at the concert because there's no way to act. That's the only reason you act like that. I think at a like you expect. I don't know.
And how about the lady next to her at the evil look? She's like awkward. Yeah, not good. Yeah.
Told you.
What do you got for loser of the week, Case?
Loser of the week. I think it's just a combination of everything from the WNBA league. They have the pay us shirts, which is cool. I get it. I just somehow they got to figure this thing out, man. It's getting nasty on all the CBA. I don't think that they just got to find like a collective term to come to, because I think you made a lot of progress, especially with Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese, it's the most talked about it's ever been in its entirety of its like whole time. So whatever you're gonna do, man, just do it right, because it's just like it ain't really about the money right now. It's just trying to continue your sport, be real, just so it doesn't die.
Well, don't they bring Cleveland a WNBA team a couple of years?
Yes,
so you guys
2 years.
They got that covered over there. Now I agree with you, Case. I did have that as part of the loser of the week for me too. The T-shirt thing just doesn't. I don't know. It is what it is. What do you think, T? Loser of the week for you?
I had that as not a loser, but a winner, because I think they do need they earned a $200 million ESPN contract with the WNBA, where it was at $45 million, and they lose $40 million a year. So share the revenue, but they did earn this $200 million contract for ESPN or for their league from ESPN. So they will be in the green next year, where they should get paid more than $120,000. I'm not saying you wear the T-shirts, maybe you do it in private, but they do deserve to get paid more going forward after they got that contract with the TV rights, because they would be in the green going forward if everything stays the same. And it looks like it's on the up and up as far as you have Caitlin Clark there, which you haven't had an attraction like that ever. Sure. So I don't know where it goes. I think there's some parts of it that are good, some parts that are bad of it. My losers are the Cal Rowley advances over Brett Rooker by 6 inches. This seems completely and utterly we're not putting Brett Rooker through. We have the leading home run hitter. We're letting Cal Rowley go through, and he did his thing the rest of the home run derby, so it made it worthwhile. But there's no way they had some reading that's 4.5 inches further this ball went than this ball. I don't know.
I was ridiculous. I agree with you. Absolutely ridiculous.
Just have a swing off.
What do you think, Jordan, for loser of the week?
Bill Goldberg, loser of the week. Going on social media, interview to interview, bitching about his retirement match. Bitching about his retirement match in his hometown, where Gunther carried it. It was his longest match in a decade. for time wise, and then he's going to go. Granted, NBC cut him off a little bit early in his speech for the live broadcast because they had time constraints. But WWE put his full speech on all their platforms, over 1 million views that afternoon, on the next day on the replays, and to sit there and blame just WWE and TKO and talk a bunch of shit about the brass, and if it's not right for me, they would never do this to the Undertaker, and Kurt Angle's out here putting memes on his last match and how he got smoked, and making fun of him. And I just now he's going to AEW asking for a retirement match against Chris Jericho on Sports Media. I'm over it. I think he's the loser of the week.
That's a good one, actually. He took a lot of heat from some people this week. Yeah, I was a big Goldberg guy when he first came on, but yeah, go ahead, T.
Did Goldberg have a big run on WWF? Like, was he a big star on WWF? I know WCW is where he made his name and was on that undefeated streak. And he was a big star when he left, but did WWF push him when he was? That's like my blackout period of wrestling where I went away. It was Goldberg, WWF, Lesnar, kind of.
I mean,
I didn't really pay attention.
I would say from my standpoint, I was like you. I didn't watch him every week, but he doesn't seem to get the hype when he went to WWF that other people you just randomly hear about. Because that would be my thing with it. Yeah,
but I mean, 10 years ago, they let him have a title reign in the WWE. And that's that alone. I mean, he was like I said, he was in his mid 40s when they let him on his last run. So, and his matches were still between 35 seconds to a minute and a half. So, I mean,
yeah. What were you gonna say?
But he never was great in the WWF, as a wrestler. Or he never was a great wrestler in general.
Not really.
Like, why does he get this hype? Like, I don't understand why he even gets these matches. Because he wasn't. I don't think of him as a fun guy. He wasn't good on the mic. He was boring when he came on. He had great pyrotechnics. So that's where, maybe I just missed the fun part of him.
He's a draw. I mean, they sold out. They sold out all 10,000 seats for the Saturday Night main event for him.
So he is a draw.
He's in the Hall of Fame. In the Hall of Fame.
That's because he won in 30 seconds for his first 120 matches in the WCW, from what I remember. That's what my memory of him.
Case, who's the guy that hates him?
WCW basically gave him I don't know, 30, 40 matches basically of just what Jordan's talking is. It's one guy comes in, you do the jackknife, and then he's done. You pin him.
A spear jackknife, game over.
That's all he did. The only reason he kind of got relevant for a little bit is because he was with Lex Luger, I think it was, and those guys, they kind of hyped him up, and so he got into I think it was the Four Horsemen, those guys. I think they kind of Ric Flair. A little bit. It was that era where that was fading out, and so he was the new the big guy. He was everyone else was really old.
Ryback.
He was old. They had Dean Malenko and Bret Hart. These guys were hella old guys. They weren't new.
Bret Hart hates him with a passion
because he can't wrestle.
I know he hate. I mean, Bret Hart's kind of controversial in some ways, anyways, with his opinions, but he does not hold back on how he feels about Mr. Goldberg.
So it seems like everybody hates Goldberg, or not everybody, but
especially you, Tyler. He's
I'm not a fan. He's boring. He doesn't do anything that excites me. He's boring wrestler, boring on the mic.
That's a good one. That's a good loser of the week there. A lot of controversy behind that one. I had the WA t-shirts there. I had Giants All-Star game performances plus homer given up by them. Jazz, as we talked about.
That seems like a shot specifically at one fan base. Other teams gave up home runs too.
Well, I like to rip on the Giants when I can, so it's a good opportunity. I got a rip on not Girardi, Boone. Who the hell? What kind of maybe putting Rooker and Rosarita in the swing off is good, but then you have Dave Roberts putting in the Marlins guy, and then this other guy from the Rays. I'm like, you're telling me you have no better options? A guy with 11 home runs is going to be your third swinger, so that was bad as well. Marcus Smart joining the Lakers. We'll see. They keep getting older. We'll see if that helps them as well. The Phoenix Suns, they end up getting rid of Beal as well. Loser of the season, just terrible whatever they put together there with it. And then I don't know how to put this as loser week, but it kind of was last week, but I didn't get to. It was I thought it was funny that Deion Sanders was speaking on the NIL about how they basically should kind of set it up like free agency type of deal. But I was thinking back, man, if that guy was in college while all this was going on, he would be like, he'd be trying to get as much as he possibly could. There would be no holding out. Deion would be on top of everything with that. So I just find it funny, like now in this later in his life, he's looking at it from a different perspective. But I'm like, I don't know, Deion on the NIL is not.
It's different when you have to write the check.
Yeah, exactly. Because he'd be going full out for that thing on that side of it there. So, do you think Sanders does get a shot this year with the Browns, or do you think he just will only be a result of injury?
I'd say somewhere between week 7 and 8, he'll actually get a legitimized shot, depending on how well the rest of the team plays.
All right,
I don't know. Do you think there's going to be a lot of injury? Do you think if Flacco gets?
I mean, that's the only way I see him starting, though. I guess is I don't know if he just earns his way into the spot. I'd be interested to see how he gets there with it. You know what I mean? Because they took they take the guy in the first round too, right?
No,
or not the first round, third round.
They took Gabriel out of Oregon in the third round, and then
come on, Sador Sanders went 13-12 and almost won an Alamo Bowl. He's got to start.
But let me ask you this: does Kenny Pickett even make the roster?
He shouldn't. He was not very good with the Steelers.
I don't feel like Gabriel might not make the roster. Like as a long shot. Like they're probably not going to do it because they just spent a third round pick. I just don't think he's any good.
I thought you liked Gabriel.
I liked him in college. I don't like him in pros.
I don't like him in the pros. I'm just curious of that. So Jordan, before we get out of here, where are you guys at with sports talk? A little bit there. I know Doug kind of here or there with it. He's ripping on Jurassic Park left and right. He's doing things. He's loving Superman. So I'm enjoying his little stuff with that. And I know you're staying busy doing it Monday, Thursday. I'm sure maybe some of that changes when you start football back up. But how are you enjoying the ride with Ohio Sports Talk? You guys been doing a great job with it.
Oh, I greatly appreciate that. We got some more fun shows in the back pocket. We got a big former Buckeye coming on before week 1. I can't announce his name just yet.
Yep, that's all.
But we got a big big Buckeye coming on week 1 to talk about the showdown against Texas. All eyes are going to be on that.
That's
12 o'clock bullshit kickoff time.
So 9 o'clock.
Steve Sarkisian
9 o'clock our time, 9 o'clock a.m. out here, Jordan.
Ridiculous.
That's when the big game is every year, and it's great. Why can't this?
No,
it is.
That's to fight off the. You know how many fights there would be if they scheduled the big game at 7:30 kickoff time? Like we'd be burning cars by 10. So.
a little too liquored up at that point. There, you got to protect the students. Protect the students at all case there. No, good man. I've been seeing you guys. You're doing a good job with it. Your interviews. You've been doing a great job with that. You got some big guests on there, so it's always fun for us to have you on, and hopefully we can kind of get you on here maybe right around football time starts up, and we can kind of get our picks in together. And I know for me, I'm not going to necessarily be doing Talking the Gridiron because of just life, but it was fun doing that little run with you and for about 3 years there with it. And so, but I'd still like to have you on doing this, and we could hit the NFL topics as we go. And so hopefully we can maybe make something like that work as we get closer.
And we definitely will. Football is a without pissing off my wife and kids, football is always going to be my first love. Yeah, we'll definitely got to get something together. Are you doing any fantasy leagues?
Yeah, we'll do. I usually do one, and then occasionally usually there's people that do a few either, and I can jump into them. Like I did it with you guys last year with the Ohio Sports Talk one. So yeah, if you guys do something like that, let me know. I'd be happy to jump in.
Well, vice versa. I'd love to jump in and wreak some havoc.
Sounds good. We'll have to make that happen for sure. Absolutely. Well, that was fun, my man. Good luck the rest of the way with it. All right. I hope to see you soon. Good luck with the football season starting up this year and all the camp that you got there and your interviews. I'll be checking that out with the big Buckeye. A rumor coming up who it's going to be here in a little bit. So, all right. So for my family, Aaron, Parker, Carson, Brandon, the whole shebang, they joined us this week. Correspondent. That was fun having them on. Casey jumped ship here as well. Probably had to use the facilities. We got Tyler. That was a good run as well. So We'll be back next week for episode 234. We'll see you guys then. Peace.